two-state house, and it is a significant event because today marks the climax of the three-day state visit by the President of the Republic of the United Republic of Tanzania, President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, who is here at the invitation of President Hakainde Hichilema. Now, this visit is significant because it also had the backdrop of Zambia's 59th independence anniversary, and the United Republic of Tanzania has had cordial relations with Zambia for over 50 years. And yesterday we did hear from the two leaders on how they want unity of purpose not only for the two countries but for the continent as well, and that their policies are people-centered, looking at the social sectors that will improve the livelihoods of the people of the two nations. And this can only be done with one of the clarion calls that continues to be sounded, which is the issue of economic independence. We did see that the two presidents pride themselves in trade and investment and heightening the partnerships that are involved between the two countries. When you look in history, you look at the Tazara railways and the Tazama pipelines, those two big projects cementing what is the relationship between the United Republic of Tanzania and Zambia. When she did address the people who were here and the nation during the independence celebrations as the guest of honor, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania reminded the people of these two nations on how important it is for everyone to participate in the economic development of the two countries. And there was a pledge of 20 hectares of land just to ease imports and export storage for Zambian business people. And this has been received with a lot of jubilation, as we do know that Zambia and Tanzania continue to be significant in as far as trade is concerned. But there are other sectors that are being looked into, like the energy sector as well as infrastructure development, that are key for the economic development of the two nations. Today, we will be witnessing a press briefing by the two heads of state, and they will be talking about just some of the plans, some of the discussions that have been characterizing this important visit. We will also be giving you live pictures from Parliament where the two presidents will be, especially the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, as she gives an address to the lawmakers, the members of Parliament, who are very key in as far as development is concerned. And these conversations also are localized because the Constituency Development Fund remains a game changer on the local front. And if spreading development and wealth to the rest of the country is something to go by, then such collaborations are key for this development. We will continue to bring you these live pictures from State House as we get this important press briefing, as members of the press will also interact with the two heads of state and see what is in store for the future of the two nations and the continent. Forward.
The two ministers, as they are sitting, carry the weight of what needs to be done after we get the clear instructions from our two excellencies. I also invite our two legal counsels to also come forward and help us in ensuring that the ministers are able to then successfully sign the MOUs. So as we are doing the signing of the MOUs, I will just go through the MOUs that are being signed. We've got 8 MOUs that are being signed between the United Republic of Tanzania and the government of the Republic of Zambia. These include MOUs regarding cooperation on science and technology and innovation, whose aim is to promote cooperation in the field of science, technology, and innovation between the two parties on the basis of equality and mutual benefit. The areas of cooperation include joint scientific research and innovation programs, research in indigenous knowledge systems, which cover health remedies research and preservation methods and processes. Other MOUs that are being signed relate to MOUs on defense, and these regard exchange programs for students of Command and Staff College. They also relate to the exchange program for directing of staff of Command and Staff College. The aims of these are to operationalize cooperation in military training and set conditions of exchange and attachment of directing staff between the Command and the Staff College. Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, another MOU that is being signed, again on defense, relates to the exchange of programs for officer cadets. Another area also is in the field of medical services. You can hear to say that these areas are critical for both countries, both within themselves and also in terms of their role within the region. A key MOU that is also being signed today, and we'll hear more about it when the Excellencies speak, is the cooperation on the development of a natural gas export project through a pipeline from Tanzania to Zambia. Now we witness the exchange between the two ministers, which has been witnessed by Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan and His Excellency the President Hakainde Hichilema. People want proof, Honorable Ministers. Indeed, when we sign such, it already signifies the work ahead, but also the mutual agreement and cooperation between the two countries. I'll now invite our two colleagues from the development agencies of the two countries to come and sign two other agreements, which is to be witnessed. Can I invite our colleagues to please come forward for the signing? Now, the two who are coming to sign already symbolize the importance of the private sector. Please take your seats. They already symbolize the importance of the private sector. Everything I've been hearing about today has been the important role that the private sector plays, and without which our governments achieve not much. So it really puts the importance on the private sector. The two agreements that are being signed, Your Excellencies, relate to the promotion of investment between Zambia and Tanzania, and also relate to the Development Authority for the promotion of trade. So one has to do with trade, and the other one has to do with investment. Both of these aim to facilitate collaboration and cooperation between the parties in matters of common interest and to establish working arrangements necessary for the implementation of the MOU. They strengthen trade relations between public and private sector institutions and operators. And these are in sectors that are mutually beneficial and mutually agreed with a view to expand trade and economic cooperation between our two countries. Thank you so much. I hope we do have private sector in our midst, just to reflect that everything that the governments do is about the facilitation of private sector participation, efficiency, productivity, investments, whatever the economic activities the private sector are meant to do. That is what our two presidents are here for. I've heard the presidents mention to say if they are not delivering for the private sector environment to be conducive, then they should be questioned. So it's really a pleasure to have Her Excellency and His Excellency, the presidents, witnessing this event. Another handshake. If I had a choice, I would have said, let's not break that handshake until the agreements are implemented. But thank you so much. I think we've come to the end of the signing, and the hope is that as we have finalized the signing, it should also signify the beginning or continuation of implementation of common programs and projects. I'm sure that the presidents, when they come in, will emphasize how they see us moving forward based on what they have agreed. It's now my singular pleasure and honor to invite Honorable Kakubo, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of Zambia, to come and invite the Excellencies forward for their press briefing. Honorable Minister.
Good afternoon, colleagues. To our two presidents, once more to express our gratitude for the work that has been done in the last 3 days. I think once all is said and done, it is now my honor to invite both our two presidents to rise and address all of us in summary. The two presidents.
I think that the Honorable Minister has graciously given me the honor of inviting His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, to make his statement. Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. You may take your seats, please. So, you want to keep the President standing also?
Yeah. This is
all right. Very good. So, some interesting. First and foremost, just to acknowledge again the presence of Her Excellency, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan, and your team, your wonderful team, for visiting us here in Lusaka, in Zambia, and for being in State House almost, I think this is the third time or so since your visit. Occasions. So we're very delighted once more that you have been able to spare this gracious time with us. And my colleagues in Cabinet that are present, from also other agencies that are present, we are extremely lucky to have you, Madam President, to grace our 59 years of independence celebrations. We were here yesterday in this very tent, and we have exchanged valuable information, alumni, warmth, whatever you may call it. All of that collapsed into the 3 days of your visit here, retracing our history, where we are coming from, the two countries, what we've done with each other, the leaders before us, what they were able to do to pave the way for us two leaders and our two governments and two peoples to do what we're doing now. Liberation struggles of this region, we were together. Of course, the Tazara, Tazama, and many things we've been saying already. I won't waste time, but simply to say the two of us are satisfied with what we've done in the last couple of days. We've been here together. The two of us are anxious to drive the decisions that were made before us, the MOUs before us that may have been sitting on the shelves. We want them alive. The MOUs we've signed today must not be a ceremony, an exercise that governments like doing, but one that leads to action to consolidate the gains that have been made before our time, but to consolidate these, to deepen them, to grow our economies, to create opportunities for young people in our countries, our youthful populations, education. Investment in education will come from these engagements. When we succeed in our energy projects, our Tazara revival, if I may say so, Your Excellency, Tazara revival, when we succeed in expanding our Tazama pipeline, putting new facilities there, gas opportunities, sharing experiences in the mining sector. Your Tanzanite, what you've done with it, we would like to do to our emeralds. Your artisanal mining, what you've done there, we don't want to reinvent the wheel here. We want to learn from each other. Our borders, the list goes on. We would like these agreements, these MOUs, these understandings to yield value. We can generate revenues to support education, health, other social sectors. Your Excellency and your team, we want to say thank you once more for your gift of 20 hectares of land. Thank you so much. And we must utilize that land to facilitate our own economies. We have made some offers to Tanzania, United Republic, Tanzania, to work together in the agriculture sector. There's no reason that any one of our citizens' households should go to bed without food in the two countries as endowed as us with natural resources. But more than that, to feed others, Africa, to contribute to the global food basket, which is empty or half full, if you like. So, Your Excellency, once more, please carry a message of goodwill to our brothers and sisters in Tanzania, United Republic of Tanzania, Zanzibar, Pemba, coastal area, mainland, Dodoma, Mbeya, Tunduma, all of those places. I never told you a story because I thought you may not see me as a good boy. I started business at a very early age. So I used to move on the Tazara train to go to Dar es Salaam and pick cars that I would have ordered from Japan as a trader myself, physically myself, and then drive them into Zambia. So that's how important that this route called the Tazara is. And I'm very happy that we're working to revive it now. Speed, integrity of the line, speed, carrying more cargo, save our roads. But my message to you, to carry to the people of Tanzania, is that we love them. We love them. Zambia is a second home to them and to you. We're not greedy anyway. We know you have other neighbors. But this neighboring country of yours extends its love, extends its desire to deepen our relationship, extends its desire to do business with each other for mutual benefit. Sante sana, Your Excellency. You're going to Parliament this afternoon. You are anxiously expected there. We, through our parliamentarians, will hear more from your experiences there. Once you are done with Parliament, we'll see you off at the airport. And travel well. Mwende bwino. Asante sana. Thank you. Over to you.
Asante sana, Your Excellency, President Hakainde Hichilema. You have accurately captured the gist of everything that we have talked about, and I therefore will be very, very brief. And to begin with, I wish to once again express my sincere appreciation to you and the government and the people of Zambia. To you for extending an invitation to me to undertake a state visit in this great country. We call Zambia a great country. This being my first state visit to this country, since I became a president of my country, I only feel a great sense of gratitude for the warmth, reception and hospitality accorded to me and my delegation since our arrival in this beautiful city. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the kind gesture. Distinguished press members, today my brother and I had an opportunity to discuss and share insights on a range of issues of mutual interest, being both bilateral, regional, and international. During our discussion, we noted with satisfaction deliberate efforts undertaken by our two governments to strengthen the long-standing and excellent relation between our two countries, Tanzania and Zambia. And in that regard, we reaffirm our personal commitment and that of our two governments to ensure that we continue cherishing and enhancing the existing bonds of friendship and partnership built on a solid foundation led by our founding fathers, the Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, the JKs and the KK. So there was a common K, and here's the common H. In the past few days or the past few years, we were talking on the trade, logistics, and all these challenges, but then today we have found a solution. We have seen some MOUs signed today, and we are hoping some more will be signed at the soonest, because we have assigned the task to be done to our government officials, and we think they will go and do it. So more is expected to be signed, and that's a sign of success of this visit for both sides. I say thank you so much. So as I conclude my remarks, I would like to once again express my sincere appreciation to Your Excellency, President Hakainde Hichilema, for inviting me to visit this beautiful country and for the enriching discussion conducted in a warm and cordial atmosphere. It was like brother and sisters conversation. Finally, I wish to reiterate my personal commitment and that of my government to further strengthening the existing bilateral relation between our two countries for the mutual benefit of our people. I thank you very much. Zikomo kwa mbili. Asante sana.
So again, we have heard what the Excellencies have said. May we please have another round of applause? So for now, just to make sure that the Excellencies remember who was here and committed to doing the actions that they're supposed to do, I'm going to invite Your Excellencies to please proceed to our usual photo session, Your Excellency. Your Excellencies, because we have come to the end of this press statement, press briefing, Your Excellency. So I'll invite you, Your Excellency, to lead your sister to the usual photo shoot spot. Can we please give them a big round of applause? This has been a very successful 3-day state visit. Maybe this will be the only time that the Excellency can show the President what the state grounds look like. I would ask everyone except the media to just hang back. And once the Excellencies have gone, I will ask the Honorable Ministers to then follow. What we are going to do just before you go is that once the Excellencies have their photo, then the Honorable Ministers will join. And after that, the senior government officials will join. Please let us follow. Thank you so much again for your time, colleagues. Thank you so much. They had already started moving. I think speak to the legal. They've got the legal people have them.
These are live pictures from State House, and this signifies the third day of the state visit to the Republic of Zambia by Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, President of the United Republic of Tanzania. And what we just witnessed is the signing of memoranda of understanding between the two countries in different sectors that will help steer economic growth for both countries. Right now, the two presidents will be having a photo session with senior members of governments from both countries as they reflect on what has transpired over the 3 days. Earlier on, we did witness the bilateral meeting with Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan and her delegation right here at State House. And this is what has birthed some of the memoranda of understanding that we have seen in some of the sectors that include the energy sector, that also include health, that also include trade and establishing working engagements between governments and the private sector. And the clarion call here has been that the implementation of these agreements will be what is key in seeing that the development reaches to the lowest levels of the country, to every citizen of the country. And this will also bear fruit in as far as job creation is concerned, with an emphasis on young people, the youthful population that characterizes both these countries. And that is a handshake signifying just how important this visit has been to the Republic of Zambia and the United Republic of Tanzania. And speaking right here at State House during the press briefing, the Republican President of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, did emphasize that these memoranda of understanding should be actualized and must consolidate the gains that have been seen in as far as the growth of the economies and the path that is being taken to see economic development. And he also reiterated the investment in social sectors like health and education and how they're key to have a productive population for both countries. Also, the president did speak about the revival of the Tazara as well as the expansion of Tazama, and these have been part of the key issues that have been brought out here during the press briefing, because these two projects are key in the development of the two economies, especially that the Tazara Railway was surveyed and built between 1968 and 1975 to link Zambia with the Indian Ocean, also called the Freedom Railway, because it also aimed at liberating Zambia from dependence on Rhodesia. And Tazara was China's largest development assistance project in Africa at the time, and this is why it is so key to see this rail line expand. The president also spoke about how expansion and rehabilitation of the rail line will ease the pressure off the roads, because then cargo will be transported on the rail line and road infrastructure will then be preserved. Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, the president of Zambia, also spoke about the mining sector and how key it is for the two countries to collaborate in as far as knowledge sharing is concerned. He did speak about artisanal mining and how he would like to see the experts in Zambia collaborate with the Tanzanian experts and see how to navigate and make use of this important sector. And those are some of the sectors that will be seen thriving in as far as this important sector is concerned. And as the two presidents leave the State House grounds, we do know that